lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you.
Friday night is all right as Bulldog hockey is on the horizon. Live from the Arrington Ice Arena, it's the first ever meeting between the University of Dubuque and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Griffin Clark. Should be a fun one here tonight. NCAA matchup, Dubuque and Adrian. As of late, the Dubuque Spartans have struggled. They're 1-4-0 in their last 5. Their only win coming in that last 5 stretch was against Concordia University of Wisconsin, and it's their only win of the season. They've struggled throughout the entirety of this 2023-2024 calendar season, but that could be attributed their first-year program. Unfortunately, last place currently in the NCAA. They're really trying to find their footing at this point, but they're backed up by great goaltending in Chris Kerr and Dakota Meyer. They're a young team looking to age in the upcoming seasons. So for this game, facing a top-ranked opponent in Adrian College, what should be the strategy here for the Spartans, Griff?
I think for the Spartans coming to this game, Alex, it's going to be offense. At 1.5 goals per game, as they're generating, that's not going to be enough, as this Bulldog team is very good in the defensive zone, as well as lockdown defense. Adrian has a very top, good 6. And I think they can definitely charge through the Spartan defense, if not safe. And I think they bring a lot of size to this game. As we've seen, they have a lot of tall skaters on this team. I think they can use that in their favor, as well as some physicality towards their side. And I think that can keep Adrian off the pucks.
Absolutely. Adrian College, red hot as of late, 5-0-0 in their last 5 games. Big wins coming against Aurora, Lawrence, and Lake Forest, and they've made significant improvements since the start of this season. And like we mentioned earlier, this is the first meeting between these two teams, as Dubuque being a first-year program. Bulldogs currently ranked number 1 in the NCAA standings, as well as number 2 nationally ranked overall. Deshaun Stewart has been stellar, but it's going to get the rest here tonight. Last week, Bradley Summers and Riley Murphy led the weekend with big points, and with key players like Matt Redding leading the NCAA conference in points and assists. What should the Bulldogs look to do to find success here tonight?
Yeah, as you stated, opposite sides of the division. I think Adrian uses that in their favor, as well as strong goaltending. You said Suggs is getting the start tonight. I think we see what he has to offer for the Bulldogs. And forwards, we have some new lineups, and we have a couple, some good meshing players lately. I want to see what they provide for offense tonight, as well as Patosha. He leads the conference with 74 shots. I want to see if he can continue that streak tonight. We'll see how the offense does offensively.
We'll check out the starting lineup here for tonight. First on one side, it's going to be the Dubuque Spartans. As we take a look here, it's going to be Max Erstad, Patrick Tommy, Charles Lewis, Brandon Rossetti, and Ben Tarleton. And the other way for the Bulldogs, we'll take a look at their starting 5. as they're being announced currently. As we get the quick second, it's Ian Amsbaugh, Connor May, Alec Lovasek, Austin Klein, and Matt Kudo. Lineups are set here for tonight. Alex Herman and Griffin Clark. Don't go anywhere. Puck drop in a few short moments. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on Adrian College TV.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. Friday night men's NCAA Division III hockey. It's the University of Dubuque and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Griffin Clark. First ever meeting, as we mentioned earlier in the pre-show, between Dubuque and Adrian College. Should be a fun one here. Bulldogs have done great as of late. Dubuque not as much, but they will make the effort here as they take the long trip out from Dubuque, Iowa. Got in late last night during the ACHA men's D1 game. Got a morning skate here at the AIA and seem ready and set to go. Could be a fun one here this evening. 20 minutes will go on the score clock. Connor May to take the opening draw with Patrick Tommy. And we are underway at the AIA. Austin Klein in neutral zone. Sends it for Amsball. Chopped up there and with speed. This is Toomey. Lost it there as Kudo will chase it down. Left side corner, bounces around. A little through the legs kick there. Austin Klein will pick up. Quick pass for Amsball. Backhand dish to Kudo. Rims up top for Lovasek. Chopped there off the high glass. Klein to get it. Lovasek support. Carries it over on sides. Races his way towards the front. Drops it back. Looking for a shot there. But it was intercepted at the last moment. May to the top. D pass there. Doesn't go. Bulldogs were delayed on the offsides. This is Rossetti. Dumps in as he makes the line change. Julian Jacob there to meet it. Stops it for a moment. Puck in front as it's sent over to Donnelly. Jacob, no stick in his hands as he lost it in the corner. Goes to retrieve it. Zach Heinz will pick up speed to Matt Redding. Got to watch out for him. Jacob, far side, kick save made there. The first of the evening from Chris Kerr. As he's able to cover up, and we'll take the time to introduce our starting goaltenders for tonight. Dubuque in net, it's going to be number 29, Chris Kerr, the senior from St. Albert, Alberta. And Gershon Stewart getting the rest here as making another appearance is freshman netminder Nolan Suggs from White Lake, Michigan. There's a quick shot from Shields in the chest. Holding on is Chris Kerr. .1836 left to go in the first period. Nothing going as of yet. Bulldogs look calm and collected skating into this first period. See how they try and take advantage of the next couple of plays. Two nice moves there from Chris Beyer. As Babyak will step in with a hit. This is Shields, backhand pass. Turned away, Redding quickly to Heinz. Has support from Babyak on the right wing. Heinz to the backhand. Looks for an option. Sent it in front, taken away. Long pass dumped in. It was Suggs who stopped it. Babyak will hold on. Quick pass over for Swade. Makes his way down the left side. Dishes to the front. The redirection from Murphy just goes wide. Riley Murphy last weekend with a couple of nice goals as he rings one off the iron from the slot. Bulldogs faced off last week with with Lake Forest. Picked up 2 wins. Denier goes D with Lovasek. Back for Swade. Skates up center to Gerstein. Shovels one on net. Stopped there quickly by Kerr. Gerstein lost it on his blue. Denier will have to send it backwards. Patosha to recover. Julian Jacob gets it over for Patosha. Long pass is tipped, so no icing. Calgin underneath the red. Here's a quick try. That one skitters wide. A lot of offense for the Bulldogs as we take an offsides call with 16:32.
Alex, as we've seen through the first 5 minutes of this period, Dubuque really holding their own so far. We mentioned that size they carry in this game, and I think they've used it effectively so far in this first 5 to kind of establish themselves. We'll see if Adrian can try and break that barrier down in the next 10.
Although the record doesn't show it, as you mentioned, one of the things that Dubuque does have is size in a lot of their skaters. Bulldogs not the largest team, so you could see the physical presence being utilized in this game as this pass slid over through the slot, chopped away towards the opposite corner. Jacob fires, save from Kerr. Shields picks up. Saucer pass diagonally towards the boards. Troon to Shields. Over for Patosha. Cycle ensuing. Bobbling it around. Bounce pass there, picked up by Troon. Faced off with Howarth. Shields with the takeaway. Patosha, the open man. Down low. Backhand. Stopped by Kerr. Adrian really has a deep roster with a lot of veteran presence. Have a number of players from this team who won the national championship just a few short seasons ago, and first year for the University of Dubuque in NCAA D3 play. What's the mindset as younger players facing off against an older team? Amsball quickly though, scores! 15-27, 4.5 minutes is all it took. Ian Amsball opens things up. It's 1-0 Bulldogs.
Amsball, right place, right time. Kudo with a good seam pass, finding Amsball in the middle. If you're the Bulldogs, that's where you need to stay all game. Just a really good one-touch shot for Amsball there in the slot.
Wasn't able to fully continue my thought there as I was going to dish you a question there. So we'll try it again. Younger team in Dubuque, what's the mindset coming into the game?
I think it's a don't care mentality. I think you accept the age difference there, but I think, like I said, it's just don't care mentality. You just have to play your own game and really just focus on, using that size and physicality to their advantage.
We'll see how Dubuque is able to respond as they concede the first goal of this evening's contest. Ian Amsball getting things going for the Bulldogs. Austin Klein sends a long pass up for Lovasek. Good takeaway from Connor May, but he couldn't hold on to it. Suggs will play the redirect off the far side corner. Matt Kudo and Connor May will both get assists on the Amsball goal.
I think one thing with the Adrian Bulldogs having an older core here, one player that really stands out for me is Jaden Shields on the back end. We see an older core on defense, and I think that really helps them offensively with just that high IQ as well as in the locker room, just kind of help them lead the team and tell them what they really need to do out here.
Jaden Shields, one of those weathered players, 21 points this season, 4 goals and 17 assists. For the defenseman from Royal Oak, Michigan. He's been fantastic on the backhand, does a great job playing as a defensive defenseman, but he can find scoring opportunities, loves to pass the puck, and typically he's able to find the tape as well. Ben Loretto goes to pick up behind the net. Quick pass there, shot on, goes wide. Denier to Loretto, spinning it around the half wall. Sent up to the center ice logo, gloved down for a moment by Rossetti. Denier, flexed there by Erstad. Long pass, upwards for Summers. Nice move, but it's chopped away from him. Redding trying to go for the takeaway, and this is sent up into the rafters. I did not see that puck go down. I think the Arrington Ice Arena was a little hungry there, just ate a hockey puck in the ceiling.
Not saying the Bulldogs have played fancy so far this first 8 minutes, but I think the key for them is going to be keeping it simple. I don't think you should undermine this younger team for Dubuque, and their record may not show a strong defensive core, but I think you have to keep it simple and go from there for the Bulldogs.
Took the words right out of my mouth. So often we see teams take a look at opponents who might not be ranked as highly, and they think it might be a good opportunity to get on the stat sheet for some point nights. And occasionally you see games get away from those teams. But the Bulldogs, very, very high hockey IQ, well coached, so I'm sure the strategy is just as you said, Clarkie. Keep it simple as a quick shot from Swade. Kicked aside, nice save there from Kerr. needed to make a couple of really strong saves. Murphy towards the front on the backhand, just goes wide. Gerstein, stick handling in a phone booth. Pressed hard by Parker James as he's tied up into the corner. Murphy spins off, and it's Sky Solig who will take it up. Transition for Gerstein, pulls up, fires, goes wide towards the blocker side. Chasing after it is Byer. Gets there in time, leaves it for Gazic. They're going to find a shot lane. Was pressed hard into the outside. Nick Wieben was there to help, but couldn't do much. There's a whistle on the play. I don't believe any penalties. Possibly a miscommunication, as both teams look like they're able to change if they would like to. So take the face-off. Defensive zone for the Bulldogs as Patosha is able to win it back. Jacob. Nice pass. Makes it to Kaljan as he sends it over for Patosha. Puts a shot on. Shugging it off was Kerr. Past couple of shots not making it up onto the score clock, so I'm sure it'll change in the next couple of moments. Byer looks for a shot, unable to do so. Nate Holm. Adrian College doing a great job so far, in my opinion, of taking pucks away quickly from the Spartans players, really leaving them with not too many options once they get into the offensive zone. This is James Eng. Again, worked hard as Shields takes a hard hit. He's down in some pain. And looks like he might be regaining his feet, but certainly shaken up in some discomfort, but he waves off the trainer. We're going to get a penalty here as Phil Shader is directed to the penalty box. Shader pleading his case, said it was by accident. Might have been, but still the hit illegal. So he'll get called down for this. 2 minutes up on the board. Bulldogs to the power play for the first time tonight. 24.3 on the power play percentage. Penalty kill for Dubuque, 85.1% coming into this game. First 9 minutes has been entirely Bulldog offense. Scoreboard reads 8 shots, but I know that it's certainly more than that. Connor May and Jacob on the back end, as Jacob gets the outward dish, leaves off for May. To Murphy, steps in, fires, blocked off the glass. It pops up. Dubuque looks to clear, couldn't do it on the first try. Can't do it on the second. Nice play from Jacob on the right angle. Quick shot goes over. Up top for Jacob, back to Murphy. Stepping through, here's a shot blocked. Good step down there by Brandon Rossetti. Down to one knee. Jacob to May. Outwards, back to Jacob. Fakes the slap shot. Top of the circle is Murphy. Back to the point is Jacob. Connor May circles the outside. Bulldogs need to get this puck low, or at least take a shot from the point, and quick save made there from Carr as he flashes the leather.
One thing you definitely can't discredit the Bulldogs on in this game is their passing play so far. We saw in this first couple sections of the power play some very effective seam finding and definitely some good chances for the Bulldogs. With Gernstein in front of the net, that's a big presence that you have blocking the view of the Dubuque goaltender.
Quick snappy passes all day thus far as we reach the 10-minute mark. Redding up top for Shields. The one-time drive, rebound, scores! Power play goal, 2-0 Bulldogs. And we might get a talking to here as Chris Kerr is pleading that it might be a kick. We'll catch it here on the replay. What did you see, Clarkie?
Well, Alex, as I was able to partially read the ref's lips here, I saw goaltender interference. Now, I think they're looking to see if Redding possibly stopped him from making that save. Can't say I saw it myself.
Might not be wrong, and it is waved off. So no goal. The Bulldogs will remain on the power play, though the score will be minused back to 1-0. I wonder what the official reasoning was, but I have to agree either a kick or goaltender interference likely was the right call.
Must have been quite obvious to them, as that was quite a quick deliberation between refs.
The initial signal was a goal, and although unless it's playoffs there is no video review, the officials can still discuss, and they did. Shields, nice dish, finds it to Heinz. Angled into the boards, cleared out. Good step up there from Alex Walsh. Suggs out of the blue paint to stop it behind his crease. Shields, 360 with the LT move. Redding to Heinz. Back to Swade, works the outside, now to the right point. Summers steps through the lane, back to Shields. Spartans applying pressure to that top point, making it harder for the Bulldogs to get pucks down low. As it's over for Summers, save from Kerr. As he grabbed it with the glove, 8 seconds is all that remains in the Bulldog power play.
Dubuque definitely catching a break there, but Adrian with a very dangerous tic-tac-toe group they have there between Shields, Heinz, and Summers, as we've seen them connect on a lot of goals so far for the Bulldogs this season on the power play.
Ham's ball, able to work it back. Dinier to May. Quick shot there, goes wide. Dinier able to keep it in, and Dubuque has killed off their penalty. Had a goal waved off as we sit 1-0 with 9:05 left to go in the first period. Ben Loretto to the left as it's taken away. Nate Holm going for a skate. Spartans are offsides, so they have to retreat. Gives enough time for a Bulldog breakout. Tip puck there into the netting as we'll take the face-off in neutral ice, left side circle, nearest to the scoring table.
Really not too bad of a penalty kill there from Dubuque, although they were a little passive as we saw a couple cross-ice passes through that offensive zone. Probably could have stepped up on them and letting the Bulldogs get a couple chances they probably shouldn't have gotten. But if you're the defense, just be a little more cautious of that.
Spartans look to break out, trying to play the bounce there. Was Lamberti. Lost up top. Calgin will poke it free. Skates back after it. John Calgin, the captain of this Bulldog roster. 6'1", 214 pounds. Absolute force of a player. Here he goes. Turns on the jets as John Calgin to one hand, shovels a backhand. That one rims around back up top. Kudo will take a hit. Austin Klein over for Potosha, taken away from him, lifted out of the zone. Spartans get a line change. Kudo needs some speed as he left it for Potosha. But stepping in there was King. Bad pass from Adinier as it was taken away for a moment, and a long backhand pass on the ice. Stopped by Suggs. Gets the goalie paw on top of it. We'll take the whistle with 7:23 remaining in the first.
I feel like we've seen a bit of a lapse in communication here for Dubuque. Seen a couple odd man rushes through the neutral zone for the Bulldogs, as a couple really late line changes, leaving the neutral zone wide open for the Bulldogs. They've definitely taken advantage one or two times on that.
Dinier over for Swade. Murphy starts his approach, gets over the blue, sending it towards center. Gets it right back. Shot Save from Kerr as he got a piece of it, but not all of it. Up top, Loretto tries to get it. Possible breakaway. Adinier needs to hurry. Gets there right in time as he was being chased down by P.J. Donnelly. Good speed from the Bulldog defenseman, Io Adinier. Recently honored by the NHL and the Columbus Blue Jackets for his work amongst his community. So a huge shout out to Adinier. Wonderful guy to be around. Fantastic hockey player. One of many Bulldogs as well who skate on this NCAA team with Division I experience. Played some time with the University of Alabama Huntsville before coming over to Adrian College.
One of those players that just always has a smile on his face when you see him around the arena. Definitely is a huge benefit for the Bulldogs, just having that good, just energetic leadership.
Not a flashy player, but gets the job done.
Knows his role. You could say that, yeah.
Absolutely. Played a big part in that national championship winning season as well. Shields up top, left side point. Down low, the tip from Redding doesn't go. Once again, it's Redding. Jacob, now Shields. Sends a pass on, blocked in front. It's been all dump and change from what it seems like for the Spartans. Really struggling to break into the offensive zone and set up. What have you seen, Griffin?
Yeah, I think you could say I spoke too soon for Dubuque in the first 10 minutes of that period. They stayed with them for a bit, but Dubuque's definitely seemed to let off a little bit, not getting many puck touches and just kind of playing a dump and chase game like you said, and I think the Bulldogs kind of have them really where they want right now.
On paper, you'd have to assume heading into this contest, Bulldogs the obvious favorite. Really loaded up with talent and things just getting started from the young team in Dubuque. That shot was blocked off the stick of Austin Klein. Shader was almost able to take it away. Nonetheless, here's Connor May. Racing for it, gets there in time, sends a shoulder onto the Spartan Tarleton. Klein lost it in the feet as Shader escapes his grasp and he scores! An odd angle puts Dubuque on the board. 5:02 in the first, 1-1 the score.
Phil Shader just catching Suggs off guard there as he came down the wing and was kind of reaching for that puck, and I think he fell as he was shooting it. I don't think he expected that to go 5-hole. Just an unfortunate bout for Suggs there. Not much he can really do.
Tough bounce for the Bulldogs as only the second shot finds the back of the net. And that's going to give some life to the visiting Spartans.
I feel like you also don't want to say it's a shots on goal that kind of played a part in that, but he hasn't really been tested so far in this period as he's just had a lot of dump-ins on him.
It's always challenging as a goalie when you see a lot of shots in a game and your team isn't able to provide as much defense, but it's equally as difficult when you don't see a lot of shots and figuring out how you can stay focused. And unfortunately, that one beating Suggs. We know he's a strong goaltender, but he'll get that one back eventually throughout the rest of this game.
Definitely not worried if you're the Bulldogs. This is how they've been playing so far this period. Playing with a little extra swagger, I think, after coming off that weekend sweep last weekend.
Stay calm and composed should be the game plan from here on out. We'll see what will come out of these next couple of draws. Calgin off the face-off, looking for the toe drag shot, but couldn't get it to connect. Howarth sent it on nets. Suggs wraps it around with the stick. Tipped out of midair, puck bouncing around on edge. Calgin receives a hit. Adinier sent almost into the bench area.
Two big bodies right there.
Adinier at 6'5", 195 pounds. Tallest player by a long shot on this Bulldog squad. Only one who really comes close is Casey Gerstein at 6'3". Alec Lovasek will break things out. Swade had to kick it through his feet, and in transition, here come the Spartans. Nice toe drag there from Erstad as he worked his way through traffic, but ultimately taken down by Babyak. And there's going to be a penalty on this play. Elbowing is the call. I didn't catch it as I was checking some of the live stats, but it looks like it's going to go against Dubuque. Charles Lewis to the box. Bulldogs were unsuccessful on their first attempt on the power play, scored, but had that goal waved off. We'll see how they do on the second try. What do you think the adjustment's going to be here for this power play?
I think maybe just not go for so many cross-ice passes. I think they were very effective in their pass making in that last power play per se. But yeah, I think there's just a lot of cross-ice passes that maybe could have made it a little simpler and close in.
That was a heavy shot taken right off of the dome from Heinz, but Kerr shrugs it off. He continues on. Swade up top for Shields. Back to Summers. Fires. Blocker save from Kerr as it floated in the air. Travels to the right corner. Bulldogs regain possession. Shields has Heinz on the right, Summers on the left. Shields fires, scores! That one's gonna count. 2-1 Bulldogs on the power play.
Summers and Shields playing a little bit of tic-tac-toe there for the Bulldogs. On the top of the zone, as I just mentioned, those quick passes back and forth, really effective. And Shields with a really good deception there at the top, kind of did a little pump fake on the Dubuque goaltender. As we see, it's in the back of the net.
Talked about Shields a little bit earlier in this period. One of those veteran defensemen that the Bulldogs have on this roster. His 5th goal of the season, paired with his 17 assists for 22 points. Sits in 3rd with points, right behind Bradley Summers at 23 and Matt Redding at 26. Good stat line for the D-man.
I think you don't often on each team see a defenseman in your top 3 point getters. So I feel like for the Bulldogs, that's something they really carry against most teams, is having such an offensive defenseman, yet can also be so effective in the D zone.
We see it more common nowadays as this save made there by Suggs. We see it more common, though, more in the professional ranks. Every team has that one defenseman who's a little bit higher in points and almost acts as a 4th forward. Not always on the scoring front, but distributing as a shot in front on top of the crease is put home. Loose traffic in front. Connor May makes it 3-1 with 1:42 in the first.
May just kind of catching Kerr off guard there with a little bit of a scrum in front of the net. Kind of just pounces on it and shuffles it into the net.
Bulldogs starting to hit their stride with the last 2 goals coming in sequence quite quickly. Connor May lifts this one up into the netting. 90 seconds remains in the first period. Alex Herman and Griffin Clark. Been watching Bulldog hockey on ACTV. Happy to have you all join us here on this nice Friday night from Adrian, Michigan. In the D zone, it's Parker James. Long pass, doesn't have enough space for icing. Kudo, one of the alternate captains. Sends a pass off target, will get it right back. Plays catch with Klein. This pass from neutral ice, sent to the corner. James tries to lift out, unsuccessful. Held on to. Klein will play it off the end wall. Under 60 seconds to play. Kudo will have to start once more. Over for Amsball. Hams ball to Patosha. Back along the way is Ben Loretto. Checked off the puck as once again the Spartans dump it in, get the line change. Fresh legs for them. Loretto to Calgin. Stripped from him as he was skating it up. 10 seconds to go. Quick pass, gathered on the boards. Picked up, sent towards the center slot. Nothing going on that try. 2 seconds and 1. And that's everything in the first period. 20 minutes gone. A little bit of a slower start in this game. Not the normal high intense pace that we're used to seeing. But nonetheless, Bulldogs skate away after 20 minutes, up by a score of 3-1. Saw a couple of goals there, one being waved off on the power play as well. What did you see on both sides, Griffin?
I think Dubuque kind of got away from their game there after that first half. They played physical, got Adrian off the pucks a little bit. I really saw them go downhill after that. I think Adrian did a really good job of clogging that slot lane on the power play, as we saw, I believe, 2 goals off that power play. So real good job by the Bulldogs in the offensive zone. I really like that line of Gernstein, Swade, and Murphy, as we saw them be very effective in that O zone and some really good physicality from Bulldogs.
Chris Kerr as well with a couple of really nice saves to hold this one close for his Dubuque Spartans squad. 20 minutes played thus far. Alex Herman and Griffin Clark. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. Don't go anywhere. Second period coming up.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2000.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. 20 minutes played so far in this NCAA Men's Division III contest between the University of Dubuque and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman. Happy to have you all rejoin us here from Adrian, Michigan. 3-1 the score so far. Goals coming from Connor May, Jaden Shields, and Ian Amsball. 17-2 the shots in favor of the Bulldogs. What do you see after 20 minutes, Clarky?
I think the shots say enough itself. 17-2 shots. I think Adrian really controlled that first period. A very effective power play. I don't see much else the Bulldogs can really change in this game other than just continue to have a strong offensive presence.
They've been generating shots there. You see the stats, 17-2, 14 saves for Chris Kerr. Face-off swayed heavily in favor of the Bulldogs at 70% to 29.2. 2 penalties to Dubuque and 1 power play goal for the Bulldogs is where we sit. Players getting set and ready to go for the second period opening puck drop. So we'll skate to center ice. Connor May, the option for Adrian, faced off with Patrick Toomey. And once again, we are underway at the AIA. Big hit from Klein as he steps up there. Some speed right out of the gates. Kudo wraps it outside. Long pass to Amsball. Had to control it with his foot. Couldn't get enough of it there. This is Alec Lovasek. Pressed hard onto the boards. Ian Amsball skating down low. Connor May with the pass up top. Played off the stick of Klein. The outstretched stick pokes it free as this took a weird carom off a shin pad. Amsball lost it to Erstad. And the quick takeaway, but it's given up shortly after as this will force Suggs to play this. As he lost it between his feet. Oh, and what a save from Suggs! The mistake followed by the recovery. Split stance. Nolan Suggs came up big at the last second. That one was ever so close to being an empty net goal.
I think he surprised himself as much as we were surprised on that one. I don't think he expected to get back.
Puck took a weird bounce when he went to play it and went in between his feet. Poked loose, but that was a good play on both sides. Here's a drop pass for Jacob towards the outside. Redding was looking for it, couldn't get it. Hard shove there, made by Howarth. Shields knocks it down low, arm up. Bulldogs will be heading back to the power play, as this is going to be whistled down for tripping as we get the official signal. Lincoln Bielenberg Howarth, the freshman from Aronico, Minnesota, to the box.
Right before Dubuque took that penalty, I was about to say, I feel like for them this period, they really need to focus on playing smart physically. They don't want to get behind the Bulldogs by playing physical and taking undisciplined penalties due to frustration, but as we've seen, they are now in penalty kill.
The third power play of the evening. Bulldogs 1 for 2 so far. Would have been 2 for 2 had that goal not gotten waved off. Spartans able to clear.
And really, this is the last team you want to give a power play to, as Adrian has 2 players usually on the wings, both left-handed, with Heinz and Summers, and both very effective on each side.
Down low is Connor May, jockeying for possession as it pops up, and the Spartans clear off from the stick of Nate Holm. Gerstein, quick speed up the right wing. Sends a pass, wraps around the wall, stepping in. Here's a pass towards the front, loose, scramble, save! Nice stop from Kerr.
Last period, we talked about Gernstein's size and him using that to his advantage, as we saw right there, kind of using his back as a shield against a Dubuque defender and trying to shove that one home against the goaltender.
55 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. Bulldogs looking to generate some offense. Heinz to Shields, the one-time blocked. In the lane was Donnelly. Long shot has to be gloved down by Suggs. He'll play it as he squirts it off the backhand. Shields to Redding, has Heinz on the right wing. Picks up, traveling towards the front, looking for an option. No shot there yet. He'll circle around, gets a whack on the forearm, but he holds on to the puck. Sent down low, backhanded over, looking for the 1-T was Summers. There's going to be a penalty here, and I believe it's going to be against the Bulldogs, as Brad Summers getting called down for the trip. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 13 seconds.
Summers just reaching for the puck there in tight, but mistake or not, refs aren't going to be persuaded. So Bulldogs will go 4-on-4.
Looks like Suggs made a stick change there as he skated back to the bench. Might have snapped the twig. So we'll opt for the white and Adrian yellow Warrior stick. Penalty expiring for the Spartans. Now to the power play. Amsbaugh will wait in center. Coming out of the box is Howarth. Spartans once again killing off. 2 of the 3 power plays that the Bulldogs have had hasn't been easy. Lovasek, good move, but not enough strength to hold on. This pass ripped and taken away. Here's a chance on the breakaway. Backhand save from Kerr. Nice shorthanded bid from Lovasek. Here's another shot that's blocked by Rossetti. Amsbaugh took a tumble. Will skate off for the change. Nice move from Howarth. Took the penalty before. Now on the offensive side of things. This puck squirts loose and over the blue. Spartans will have to restart. Tyler Alexander in his own end. This flips up into the netting. And the whistle with 15:06 left to go in the second period.
With Dubuque coming into this game with just a 5.3 power play percentage, I can't say I'm surprised they haven't been able to generate much, as Adrian essentially made this their own power play for most of this 2 minutes, controlling the puck in the Dubuque zone.
2 shots on the penalty kills. Not too bad. And something to be happy with if you're Coach Adam Krug.
And if you're Dubuque, you really need to take advantage of these power plays, as they're not generating much 5-on-5. And with Adrian down a man, although their penalty kill we hadn't seen much of going in since they hadn't taken one, I'd say it was pretty solid for the Bulldogs.
You have to remember, too, Adrian ranks sixth in the country in goals allowed. So a team that does not give up much. And that's been the story here on the power play for the Spartans, as this is a quick takeaway from Babyak. He's got some room, will skate it up himself. Drops back for Kaljan. Quick save from Kerr as he wags the glove and gets all of it.
That high opportunity chance came from, as we had talked about earlier, that really lackadaisical change through the neutral zone. We saw at least 3 or 4 players from Dubuque get caught at the bench there. Communication has not been real great for Dubuque coming from this bench so far this game.
We talked about scoring before. How about this? The Bulldogs, 8th in the scoring margin in the country, as well as 9th in goals per game. 4th in the nation in assists, and 4th in team points. So an offense that certainly produces, as we sit at a score of 3-1 with 14-14 in the second. Good play there. A backhand in the chest, save from Kerr. Another grade A opportunity for the Bulldogs. I like how they're starting to use that center slot area a little bit more than they did in the first period. We're really taking mostly point shots to try and get tips and rebounds, and now driving a little bit harder towards the net front.
Well, we saw in the first period, their 3 goals mostly came through that slot area from the net to the blue line, and Dubuque really not giving much of a disruption for the Bulldogs in that slot, and as we can see, the Bulldogs have really taken advantage of that.
Hard hit from Julian Jacob on Tarleton. Swiping for it was Jacob once again. Amazes me to see how dynamic and how much range these players have over the ice. You see them make a play on one spot, and blink of an eye, they're in another spot doing something else.
And Jacob is a player I feel is similar to Shields, as we see they're paired out there right now. Both can be very good in the D zone and very good in the offensive zone. And like we've kind of seen, they almost have an offensive skill set. Like, I could see him as a forward, and I think that's what's very effective for him.
Julian Jacob, one of those impact players. Freshman from Bowmanville, Ontario. Played his junior hockey with the Wellington Dukes. Played all of the games this season thus far as a freshman. Not an easy feat to crack the lineup as frequently in your first season of college hockey, but he's been out there and plays a load of shifts just about every game. And here's a dead angle shot. Suggs had to play that expertly, and a turnover there almost got to Erstad. Not enough time for a shot. Erstad, right side, dumps it low. Nobody there from his squad to pick it up. So it was Swade at first, and Shields will lift off with a backhand. Glove down. Sent back in, and the Spartans are offsides. .30 left to go in the second period. Take a quick second for a short birthday shout out to you, Griff.
Thank you, Alex.
Birthday today. Happy birthday, Griffin Clark. Hope that your day was good. You got to spend it the way that you wanted to, and what better way to spend your birthday than in the great Arrington Ice Arena.
Good way to start off the day, a little morning skate practice with the guys, and no better way to end it than with you tonight. And I want to give a little shout out to my brother Colin. He's an old man turning 23 years old. Fun fact, we also share a birthday even though we are 3 years apart.
It's a full birthday day in the family of the Clarks.
As a hockey player, not much you can really ask for more than just being in the rink.
Some arguing here as we get some commotion after the play. Not sure if somebody said anything or not.
I think there's some physicality in the defensive zone for Dubuque. I don't think their defense were too happy with the reverse hit that was put on in the corner and kind of fouled that up the ice.
Underneath the red, it's Austin Klein. Amsbo with a nice pass connecting with Lovasek. Off to May, and a blocker save from Kerr.
Real good switch-off play for the Bulldogs here and a goal.
And they score! Alec Lovasek in front. 4-1 Bulldogs with 11:55 remaining in the second.
This is a really smart play by the Bulldogs. We see May catch the puck there behind the net and not even catch it. Just lets it go by his stick, and Adrian just capitalizes off that opportunity. And that goal, once again, Alex, in the slot. That's where they have been all game, and that's where we get another chance for the Bulldogs.
So difficult as a goaltender to stop those chances. When you have pressure in front, nobody able there to defend. Bulldogs utilizing that lane ever so valiantly in this game. 3 of their goals coming from that exact spot. So we'll see how they use it for the rest of the day. As misplaying there was Suggs. Oh, and almost another scary turnover for him. Had a scary bounce a couple of minutes ago when he went to play the puck. But he's able to hold on, will collect himself in the crease. Seems to be all right.
You have to almost wonder if it's a lack of IQ or a lack of effort for Dubuque, as we've just seen a number of lapses in that slot. Typically you want to be kind of like a rover and just look all around. And I've just seen a bunch of puck watching for Dubuque on defense, which has really bit them in the butt this game.
Here's Patosha with a nice move and a save from Kerr. In transition, bad change, but a fantastic forecheck from Troon. Suggs will play it once again, gets back to the paint. Left off in the corner. Bulldogs look to get out of it. Hand pass is whistled down.
Adrian's done a very good job of recognizing these open seams and lapses from Dubuque, as we've seen a number of saucer passes come through neutral zone and offensive zone, and just a number of clean tape-to-tape passes the Bulldogs have really used to their advantage.
We'll take the draw on the far side. We'll see what the offensive zone setup is, as Calgin stepping off the wing now to the top of the circle. Now look for a face-off play, maybe to get it back to him. Tied up on the dots and taken away. This is Howarth. Lost it to Kudo. Patosha skates in and gets it. Calgin's loose. Towards the front. Shelfs it, and it's just a little bit too high as he puts it into the uprights.
This line playing with a little extra swagger this period. So you've seen Calgin and Patosha both take that puck and really just drive it underneath the circle and take it in on net.
This is kicked back to the hash mark. Now to the right point. Redding is down low. Try to center or feed. Babyak will spin it around the boards. Kudo bounced it up. Now down low, here's Heinz. Try to blindly send a pass, but nobody there. Couple of whacks as this is going to draw a penalty. Slashing. It's going to go against the Spartans. And Patrick Toomey Off to the box.
Toomey may not like that call, but there's not much you can argue, and you can honestly hear that slash coming from outside the arena as he caught all of Baby X's hand on that one.
And it wasn't just one as well. There was 2 or 3 whacks. Pretty solid contact, as you mentioned, Griffin.
Typically one will do, but in this case, I guess not.
Heinz to Shields. Top of the circle shots. The rebound goes high. Redding had all of it. And it popped up on his blade. There's a draw sent back. Shields back and forth with Swade. Move down low to Summers. The one-time shot, save! Held on to, and nobody knows where it is. Lodged somewhere in the pad of Kerr. As he's going to have to try and shake this one free.
Most of these shots coming from in close for the Bulldogs, as Dubuque just really is not clearing them out of that slot area, and I think the Bulldogs really taking advantage of that and seeing that on these last couple power plays.
Dubuque will look to clear, and it's Alexander who takes his time. Lost sight of it for a moment, but Shields will meet it on the wall. Spartans are offsides, and this is going to head back the other way. Lapse of thought process there for the Spartans. Didn't realize that there was a delay in the offsides.
I almost feel as if we've seen him kind of check out since that 10-minute mark in the first period. We've talked about a couple changes, defensive zone play, but not much effort from Dubuque in the last couple minutes.
This is ripped up the wall. Gets out, minute and 10 seconds. Shields almost a tumble. Caught the board area. Now he's got some speed. Drop pass. Redding has to make his way through, can't do it. Swade waiting to enter the zone. Heinz looking towards the backhand. Up for Redding, supported by Shields. To the left wing, Summers. Slot. Nice move going over, and the back pass. Not connecting.
Redding just trying to be a little too cute there. If you have that puck in that slot spot, you really just want to rip that one.
Swade. Nice move. Backhand. Moves it over. What a save from Kerr. Lashed out with the pad. Got all of it, and Swade makes a hit that's going to draw a penalty. As he was skating back to the bench, he's going to make a trip across the ice as he's called for a rough. Lobbying that shouldn't be a penalty, but he's going to have to serve it nonetheless.
Just a penalty you don't need to take if you're the Bulldogs. You're up 4-1 with 8:26 to go. Just a late hit. I understand what Swade's trying to do there, but you just got to play it smart and not go for that extra hit.
Winning the draw was Erstad. Gazik takes a shove. He'll get it right back. Nothing yet. Doesn't like his options. Now towards the front. No shots, but it was left for a pass. Murphy taken down. Lost his twig. Back to get it is Gazik. One more. Levis now in the slot. Shot was fanned on. Back up top for Rossetti. Outside is Gazic. Gets it right back. Here's a chance. Suggs right on top of it. Gets all of it. There you see Nolan Suggs. 6 shots is all that he's seen here. Puck dropped. Face off. Work to the left point. Kudo takes a tumble as he tried the clearing attempt. Bulldogs still on the penalty kill, and this is waved down for a hand pass.
Suggs not tested much in this game so far, as we saw. I believe that goal came on the second shot of the game, and now Dubuque's tallied 6. We'll see if Suggs can stay sharp on this power play.
In their own end, Dubuque desperately looking to get something going. Patosha tried to skate with it, fumbled for a moment. Brian Patosha, fanned on the clear. Sent up top. Howarth with a shot, blocked. Tangled up is Nelson. Good keep in by Howarth along the blue. 15 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. Bulldogs caught in a change. Here come the Spartans. Here's Ang with a shot. Goes high and wide. Coming the other way, though, is Lovasek. Decides to hold on to it. Shields. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Nice toe drag to the center. Swayed out of the box. A little bit too behind him. Swayed trying to force a turnover. As it's sent right back to him. Nice saucer pass for Amsball. Kerr came out to play it, but it was picked off before he could get there. Spinning is Jacob. This gets out. Jacob being interfered with there, but will regain his feet. Shields to the front. Backhand. Doesn't go. How did that one stay out? Another wraparound chance. Locked up on the post. Still loose. It's waved off. And the officials signal that this face-off is going to be sent outside. That looked like it was in to me.
Shields really displaying that offensive side of him, as we see right there, driving it to the net. And want to go back to that play from Lovasek at the end of that penalty kill. We see him take it back into the offensive zone and really start that opportunity for the Bulldogs. Just a really high IQ play from Lovasek right there, and really just generated a surge of offense for the Bulldogs.
This is Max Erstad. Trying to stick handle his way through, and a nice blocker save from Suggs. Got there just in time. Patosha spins off, great pass to Shields. He'll carry it up top. Shot, save from Carr. .506 left to go in the second period. 3-goal lead and a 4-1 score in favor of the Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and the birthday boy Griffin Clark here on ACTV. Happy to have you all join us. Dogs look to pick up this face-off. Good shove there from Summers. Quick shot goes wide to the glove side of Kerr.
Hines was just a dangerous release. We see that quite often.
Babyak lost it. This is Holm. Makes his way through. Klein right there. Good back check from Klein to deny that opportunity. Stutter step from Summers. Heinz tried to knock it free. Babyak using the edges. Nice move as he gets around a defender. Heinz to Redding. Pulls up. Looks for the center. No go. In the slot once again. Summers tried to play it off the foot. 2-on-2. Phil Shader drops back. Howarth with a shot. Save from Suggs. Home run pass for Summers. A little bit ahead of him. Can he beat the icing? Yes, it's waved off. We'll continue on. We'll give the time the Bulldogs need to change. Murphy steps in for support. gets a hit. Gerstein with some contact of his own. Oh, and Gerstein going at it, tangled up with King. Check this scrum out. Officials will step in to separate the two. And there's an injury behind the play as well.
I didn't see the initial hit, Alex, but Gerstein, a player you definitely don't want to mess with, but James does not seem rattled by him.
Gerstein and Captain Josh King exchanging some pleasantries still in the box. Unsure of what happened, and we'll step aside for a quick moment for an injury timeout. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most...
We're back from Arrington Ice Arena on ACTV. Lincoln Bielenberg Howarth being escorted off the ice after taking what seemed to be a scary collision. Some penalties being assessed. 5-minute major is going to go up on the boards against Casey Gerstein, the newcomer to this Bulldog squad. Came over from King's College on the East Coast. Coach Adam Krug will get the explanation from head official Bill Jones. It was hard for us up here in the booth to catch what had happened. Our angle a little bit skewed from the broadcasting booth. Heinz will skate to the box to help serve this penalty as well. 3:41 remaining in the second period from the AIA. Dubuque with 5 minutes of uninterrupted time on the power play. Loretto looks to clear. This is sent out. King will get roughing. And Gerstein will also get roughing. And a 5-minute major for kneeing, so that explains the injury.
We saw him get up and kind of limping on that leg, so that definitely makes sense now.
Rossetti works the top, now to Eng. Doesn't have any space as a Denier. Pressures hard into the boards. Squared away as May will try and get it out. Jump pass there for Gazic. Up top for Rossetti. Levis, Rossetti, one-timer. Don't think Suggs got a piece of it, but it hit the outside of the apron. Down low, wrap around there. Doesn't go. Skating after it is Loretto. This is up for Gazic. Spartans working it around. Extended offensive zone time here on the power play. Bulldogs need to get a change here so they can get some air.
They haven't been tested very much, Alex. We've seen Dubuque kind of just taking really low opportunity chances from the sideboards and next to the net. as Adrian's really just made it uncomfortable for them in that offensive zone pressuring.
A missed pass forces the zone exits. Connor May will skate off as well as Riley Murphy to get some change. Amsball over for Loretto. Clears all the way down. Kerr will stop it. Plays it on the forehand. Lovasek almost forced a turnover. Nick Wieben. Jump from Donnelly, and a hard hit behind the nets on Austin Klein. Seems to be okay. Long shot over the top of the crossbar. Tie up with Klein and Donnelly in front of the nets. Physicality starting to pick up here, and that's one of the things we talked about that the Spartans really need to do here in this game to try and be successful. Here's a short-handed 2-on-1. Amsball and Lovasek. Shot high and wide as it clears the top of the net. As we'll take a pause with 1 minute and 1 second in the second period.
Amsball with a good rush there off the penalty kill, but as he gets into the zone off that blue line, we see him stop his feet. If you're Amsball there, you got to use those big legs and just really cut to the net as you got a 2-on-1. Get more of a high chance opportunity rather than shoot it wide.
Dubuque defender, I didn't catch the number on it, did a great job of forcing Amsball to the outside lane so that he couldn't go for the cross crease pass. And that's the right thing to do if you're a defender. Force the shot. A lot easier for a goalie to read it when they know it's going to be a shot rather than having to guess whether it'll be a deke or a centering feed.
And we saw Amsball kind of try and throw a head fake at the defender there and catch him off guard, but did not work.
One minute left to go in the second period. Kerr will play it off the back wall. Spartans still on the power play for 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Shields clears, connects with Redding. Here's a breakaway, Redding, what a move, he scores! A shorty from Matt Redding! The pump fake and the backhand, 5-1 Bulldogs.
Shields with another effective find through the neutral zone, and Redding with just a silky smooth finish. And that play made possible by the physicality of Jake Swade, as we saw him coming back on that back check. Just a really, really smooth play from the Bulldogs there on this penalty kill.
They took a 5-minute penalty and took advantage of a quick play despite being down one player. How about that from the Bulldogs?
Well, the Bulldogs really not letting them be affected by being down a player. We've almost seen them use it to their advantage as they use their speed and their
Here's
physicality.
Another chance. Troon lifted a backhander. Dubuque the other way. 3-on-2. Work to Toomey and a save. Nice stop from Suggs. Five seconds left to go. Matt Redding gets the goal. Jaden Shields with another point in this game. Shields a goal and an assist for 2 points. And that's going to conclude the second period. Spartans will still be on the power play when we return for the third period. But the Bulldogs, though being down one skater for the past 4 minutes and 40 seconds, were able to get a shorthanded goal, courtesy of Matt Redding. 31-10 the shots. What are you liking after 40 from the Bulldogs?
Well, especially Redding on that penalty kill goaltend proves why he's the top point getter for the Bulldogs. But I think the power play for the Bulldogs continued to be effective throughout that period as we saw them capitalize on a number of chances, and the physicality definitely picked up for the Bulldogs and went to their favor. I think it was just a very dominant period overall and can only get better for them.
Bulldogs skate into the third period with a 4-goal lead at 5-1, as it's been all offense for the boys in the white, black, and yellow. Alex Herman and Griffin Clark. Don't go anywhere. Third period action between the University of Dubuque and Adrian College coming up. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. 5-1 the score as we head into the third period in this NCAA Division III matchup between the University of Dubuque and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Griffin Clark. Happy to have you all join us here once again for this last regulation period in this contest. Players back to the ice as we get set to start the third period. Saw a couple of goals in that second period. It was the latest from Matthew Redding, a shorthanded goal assisted by Jaden Shields. There you see the stats, 31-12 shots on goal in favor of the Bulldogs. Face-off percentages evening up a little bit more than it was. I think after the first period it was 70 to almost 30, now almost at 50% on both sides. A power play goal for the Bulldogs, 1 for 3 on the day. A couple extra penalties for Adrian College as they'll start shorthanded. Puck is dropped, and once again, we are underway at the AIA. Here's a quick takeaway from Riley Murphy. Looking in, save made by Kerr. Bulldogs are looking for their second shorthanded goal of the night. Chris Kerr says no. Sliding pass taken away from Loretto as he clears.
Don't know, you can ask for much of a hotter start if you're the Bulldogs. Selling a penalty kill to start the third.
Back behind the play is Adinier. Is shadowing along with Max Erstad. 40 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. It was a 5-minute penalty earlier to Casey Gerstein. Adinier works it loose, but it's taken away. Man in front. That was Erstad. Quick shot there. Save from Suggs. Fought it off, but didn't see where the rebound went. Defense stepped in. Here's a 2-on-1, but it's lost from Patosha. Dribbled off of his stick. Had Troon on the outside. Toe drag denied. Parker James with it. Down low is Erstad. To the top. Quick shot there. Stick save from Suggs. Heinz out of the box. Back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. 18:30 left to go in the third period. Bulldogs up by 4. 5-1 the score from Arrington Ice Arena. Matt Redding dumps in. Loved the side for a second by Alexander. And there's a call here. Don't know if it was a hand pass or offsides. Well, we'll take the face-off on TV left. Brad Summers steps in. And that was Toomey who won it back. Long shot from Klein, blocked in the feet of Toomey. Back towards the front, a turnover almost there for Summers. Redding. Down low, wraps around, bounces up top. Kudo to Klein. Back to Heinz, backhand pass to Kudo as he tried to loft it on down. He gets it back to Heinz. Nice pass to Redding, in front, loose. They couldn't get the shot off. Once again, looking for the center slot. Bulldogs generating a lot of offense from that area of the ice. Summers to Redding. Back up top to Klein. Steps in, fires, save. It was blocked in front. Klein back to Kudo. Mohawk play with the edges, stops, scrapes the blue. It's tipped out of the zone by Josh King. Long pass sent down, no icing. Phil Shader lifts it in. Amsbo will chalk this for Connor May. Shovel pass intended for Lovasek. And he gets it over for Shields. But Amsball was offsides, and that's how we get the whistle.
For this first 3 minutes, we've seen a really good pace of play. Definitely different from the first 2 periods, kind of back and forth, but the Bulldogs still seem to come on top so far energy-wise.
This draw one back. Jacob, couple of strides to meet it. A takeaway down low. Amsball steps in to help to May. Couldn't control it. And that pass knocked down out of midair by Shields. Amsball has Lovasek on the outside. Shot tipped away. Jacob, nice pull-up to Amsball. Has a step, but he loses it and drops the twig. Nick Wieben, quick shot there, in and out of the glove of Suggs. Made the stop, but doesn't close the mitt. Here's another chance blocked. Lovasek in the lane. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. This puck to Calgin. Shot high and wide again. We've seen Calgin take that shot before in the second period and put it almost in the same spot. Looking for that top shelf snipe.
Cam Babyak, number 28 for the Bulldogs on defense. Playing a bit of a quiet game so far, but we've seen him with a couple really solid hits on defense and blocks, as we just saw there in the defensive zone.
A giveaway for Potosha. Put his feet together. Babyak to Klein. Right back. They'll start behind the net. Now work their way forward. Tipped on nets. Kerr will have to cover up. Calgin was coming in.
Seen a number of turnovers come from Dubuque through that neutral zone into the feet of the Bulldogs. I don't know if it's a matter of space and time for them or just panicking and getting rid of the puck, as the Bulldogs have taken advantage of a couple of them, but just countless chances that just didn't need to happen from Dubuque.
Work to the outside wall. Now top of the circle. Bodies flying, ice is slippery. Got to be careful out there. Babyak, a slap pass. Faked shot. Man on top of the circle. That was Toomey who tried to get it. Gerstein. Nice pass over for Swade, but he is offsides. Almost shot it, but got the whistle. Probably a good thing that he didn't. Murphy works for it. Good hustle. Now over for Loretto. Played in between the feet by Swade. Looking for the front. Gerstein a chop. Rims around the high dasher. Knocked out of the zone. Chris Beyer, shot, save from Suggs. Suggs has done a great job at those low area shooting attempts, utilizing his stick blade. Heinz will play it up top for Loretto, who will quickly push it back down low. Summers coming to help out. The wraparound and the one-touch from Heinz doesn't go. This is over for Loretto, looking for a shot. Can't get it. Summers checked into the net area. Redding fresh off the bench, has some speed. Quick shot there, that one wide. Don't know if Kerr got a piece of it. A Miss pass there, as it was intended for Summers. Suggs played it, as it's up for Summers. Skating around, quick shot! Blocked by the stick of Tarleton. He got in the way of it just in time.
Another lapse in communication by Dubuque as Summers was able to come through that slot area and get a dangerous chance for the Bulldogs.
Brandon Rossetti checked into the boards. Julian Jacob trying to generate some offense. Wieben with a shot. Sticked away by Suggs. Jaden Shields. Rink-wide pass for May. Good pickup. Looks towards the front. On the backhand. Nobody knows where it was. It was on the doorstep. Pass off the boards. Amsbo moves it over, and they score! Jaden Shields! Check out that play. Ian Amsbo with the swift stick-handling move and the sweet dish over to Shields.
Amsbo showing off those smooth hands once again, and Shields finding the right spot at the right time. Multi-point game for him, and he just continues to prove how good he is offensively for the Bulldogs on defense.
Amsbo with a goal and an assist for 2 points. Shields, 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. Second player tonight to hit the 3-point mark. Connor May also up there, has a goal and 2 assists. .12:25 left to go in the third period. 6-1 Bulldogs, all throttle here tonight from the Arrington Ice Arena. Troon looks to play it on the half wall. Swipes for it, able to lift it out. Puck on edge will be sent all the way down, and it is icing.
Shields is a player you definitely never have to second guess his effort during the game, as we've seen him just hop into the offensive zone multiple times for the Bulldogs, filling open lanes, open spots. Continues to find the right spots. We've seen him tally 3 points on the night. Just always successful when you need him.
Patosha and Eng in the circle. The backhand from Patosha. Quick pass up for Calgin. Tries to make something happen, but is denied. Babyak will pull up. Leaves it for Calgin. And this pass also icing.
I like that look by Calgary, just a little bit ahead of the Adrian player.
At this stage in the game, can you try and get away with some fancier plays, or are you just sticking to meat and potatoes?
I think if you're Adrian, you'd like to stick to the meat and potatoes game. I think as we touched on earlier, like, you want it to kind of be a points night if you're the Adrian player, but if you really want to knock down your systems, you have to keep meat and potatoes going. You don't want to slack at all and kind of let Dubuque get back in the game or change the attitude for tomorrow's game.
Patosha lost it on the rush. As this is back towards the scoring table, Suggs tries to catch the pass. Unable to do so as Murphy makes a nice move, splits the D pairing in Brendan Erickson. Denier with a crunch along the boards. Patosha to Murphy. Over for Gerstein. A move and covered up from Kerr. Ran out of real estate there was Casey Gerstein.
Could see a Denier calling for that puck on that last rush as Murphy carried it into the zone as he felt he was open. And with that long reach, he definitely would have had a chance.
back towards the top. We get a scoring update from Dubuque, Iowa. The women's NCAA team also facing off the Spartans of Dubuque University, up by a score of 3-0 currently. Oh, a nice move from Adenier. Murphy with a shot. The rebound kicked out. He'll try and get it again. Erstad along the wing. Adenier tries to poke for it. Oversteps as Gazic. Will work it on the wall. Bulldogs will make a change.
It's a real nifty move from the big man there in the offensive zone. Don't see that too often.
Oh, and a turnover in front. Here's a chance, but it's blocked by Shields. 10 minutes left to go in the third period. And that's the second time I've really seen the Bulldogs fan up on a pass from behind the net. Got to stay on your toes if you're Nolan Suggs.
I think a bit of it, Alex, comes from getting too comfortable in this game. I think being up 6-1, they've got the sort of comfortability. They've got a cushion. I think they've let go of their game a little bit, as we've seen a couple cross-ice passes from the D zone to the O zone that just, I think, should have been a little closer, and this one comes down to an icing.
9:37 left to go in the third period. NCAA hockey on Adrian College TV. This draw won through the legs. It was Wieben on the push forward, and Suggs will cover. Here you see Nolan Suggs, seen 17 shots here tonight, 16 saves. Flex back over the blue line. Heinz will chase it down. Rossetti had to make a quick play. Jacob gives away his puck, and he's tied up behind everything with Rossetti. This is going to be a penalty. I think Jacob's going to get called down. Might be matching calls here.
Bit of an undisciplined play there from Jacob, but you can understand the frustration there as he didn't like that late hit. That was a little bit high from Dubuque.
Both sides will get a penalty, so it's 4-on-4 play for the next 2 minutes. Suggs stops it. Backhand pass. Got to be confident with that play selection. Good move from Babyak is denied. May in the back end. Skating towards him, Max Erstad. Lovasek chops it up with the stick. Drops back for May. Nice toe drag there as he works around traffic. Will wrap around the outside lane. Now towards the top. Pulls up. Dishes to the right side wing. Lovasek. Good move as he breaks towards the front. The backhander stopped by Kerr. And a turnover. Connor May with a shot. Blocked. Another save from Kerr. Great stop with the leg pad. Babyak to Amsball. 4-on-4, but it almost feels like a power play. This towards the front. Lovasek looked for the tip. Lovasek driving the center. Here's another chance, stopped by Kerr. 3 or 4 saves in the past 45 seconds for Chris Kerr. Amsball had that puck paddled away by Kerr once more. Amsball gets it on the outside, was up top and stepped off the blue. Patosha down low. Amsball looking for a redirection. Now it's Shields. Puck jumped over his stick. He'll have to re-enter the zone. He's able to do so. Has Troon with him. Now towards the front, moving in, he scores! Jaden Shields, it's a hat trick!
Shields putting on an absolute clinic out there for the Bulldogs. And a hat trick for Shields, quite impressive. as the Bulldogs continue to just destroy Dubuque on this 4-on-4 play. And Shields showing off that hand skill set once again.
It's a 4-point night for Jaden Shields.
I don't know what more you could really ask for him. Continuing to provide offense for the Bulldogs as well as being very sound in the defensive zone.
How about that for the defenseman, Jaden Shields, the senior from Royal Oak, Michigan. Senior night tomorrow, demonstrating his skill on the ice.
No matter who you're playing, Alex, a hat trick as a defenseman is very impressive and nothing to take lightly.
That is certainly an impressive and undeniably difficult feat to pull off. And on top of that, he has the extra helper for 4 points. Connor May also has 4 with a goal and 3 assists. So the flip-flop in the scoring columns. Murphy has this a little bit too far ahead of him. Dubuque looking to weather the storm. Swade sent it towards the front. Easy glove save for Kerr. And man, it's been a tough night for Chris Kerr. He's come up large with a number of really great stops. But the defense of Dubuque, no match for the offense of Adrian. Klein to Swade as he settles things. Murphy in the front. Swade looks for a drive, slapped it on, but it fluttered off the blade. Kudo, a reverse hit. Here's a one-timer. Empty net. Swade scores. 8-1 with 6:22 to go in the third. Jake Swade cashes in the check.
Another hard-nosed play from the Bulldogs in the corner. Gets that puck out to the slot as Gernstein tries to take the shot and gets it blocked. And Swade there to pick up the trash in the slot. Another hard-nosed play by the Bulldogs that contributed to their goal.
And that's a tough play because the initial shot block was there and just bounced to the wrong area for Dubuque. But Jake Swade staying ready, and he says, I'll take that one for sure.
And credit to Kudo on the boards. They were taking a hit to make a play. They definitely changed the goal.
Jake Swade will also have a multi-point game, a goal and assist for 2 points. There's a backhand pass going over. No save from Suggs. Didn't have to do much. Gerstein. Here go the Bulldogs. 3-on-2. Murphy, Gerstein, and Loretto. Nice move from Gerstein. Murphy shells it high. Adinier, a back pass. Off to Summers. Loretto now to Heinz. Pulls up. Spins around for a moment. Couple of good stick handles. Ben Loretto over. Save from Kerr. Denied the one-timer. And it looks like the blade of Kerr popped out of his holder there. He's going to have to reattach that.
I definitely don't feel as if the score has been a good representation of how Kerr has played. He's been tested with a lot of high opportunity chances, and I think the defense has let him down a little bit, but he's definitely been huge for Dubuque in this game and definitely kept the score closer than it should be.
Jacob Swade getting a goal in this period. Jaden Shields twice for the hat trick. 8-1 the score as we await the repairs on the skate side of Chris Kerr. We await the puck drop. just for a couple of more minutes. 5:32, all that's left in the third period. Wieben goes for a rush. Babiak takes it away, and a flying stick sent into the bench area. That could have been scary for sure. Seems like everybody's okay. That might have caught coach in the bench in Carter Clark. Yeah, he's going to get some repairs. That could have been a lot worse than it was. Jacob to Babiak. Down low towards the front, stretching out. Kerr extends the stick. Julian Jacob stepped off the blue, lost the puck. Babiak, pass over for Redding. Nice feed. Hines fires, holding on to it as Kerr gets it with the chest. This has been a fun one here from Arrington Ice Arena. 8-1 game in favor of the Bulldogs over the University of Dubuque, their first ever meeting in NCAA Division III play. Two NCHA teams. Not too many game weekends left in the regular season for the Bulldogs coming up. They have tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's senior night. You can catch the call right here again on ACTV. I'll be on there joined with Calvin Keys. February 2nd and 3rd, they face off against St. Norbert's, one of their division rivals. 7 p.m. and 4 p.m. at St. Norbert. And then a home-and-home series, February 9th and 10th with Trine, both games at 7 p.m. Home game, obviously, you can catch right here on Adrian College TV. The away game broadcast being provided by Trine. February 16th through 17th is when the NCHA playoffs start, and that runs all the way to March the 2nd. And then March 9th, first round of the NCAA playoffs. Bulldogs will look to get back to the tournament. Made it all the way to the national championship last year. They lost in overtime as they were looking to repeat as the top winners. But it was Hobart who got the best of them. Jacob angled into the boards and a 360 there. Awkward play. Looked like a collision with Nate Holm, but seems to be fine as he skates it off. Shields off the glass. Now to Potosha. Julian Jacob works it in, leaves it for Shields. 3 goals and the hat trick so far. Sends a shot on net, sticked away. Played off the glass. Jacob back to get it. Calgin to Potosha. Has Gerstein in front, looking for a shot. Taken, blocked by the blocker. Kept out from Kerr. Whistled to the near corner. Top of the circle, now left point. Amsball dumps in. Dubuque looking really just to clear off the last 2 minutes of this game, as they seem ready to end this one. Amsball steps in with a nice stick. Gerstein, a turnover in front. A backhand cancels out. Over for Loretto. Nice pass and a great save from Kerr. Arm up on the play. Holding is going to go against Dubuque.
Beautiful look and patience from Amsbaugh there on that cross-ice pass.
holding will be called against Parker James. 1 minute and 47 seconds left to go in the third period. This penalty will carry to the end of the game if nothing changes. The straw tied up on the circle. Finally, it's loose. Babyak. Right side now, the top. Patosha looking for a lane, fires, blocked, cleared out. Babyak will have to get it. Plays the rolling puck. Outward pass there, and another penalty is going to be called. Suggs to the bench area. Drop pass goes over and touched up. Tripping. Bulldogs will skate 5-on-3. And there's going to be an ejection from this game. Nate Holm unhappy as he's going to be escorted off the ice for the rest of this one.
I think that's a pretty fair call. You can see a bit of a slew foot there on Patosha.
So some penalties late in this one. Double minor, 4 minutes, but it doesn't really do much as there's 1 minute and 12 left to go in the third period. A touchdown lead for the Bulldogs as they're up 8-1. Babyak waiting, moves over for Lovasek. He's shoved hard into the wall.
1 minute remaining in the third period, 1 minute.
Patosha, Lovasek, back for Patosha, fires, blocked. The rebound loose in front, covered by Kerr. And there's a gathering on the top of the crease. I don't think anything will come out of this.
This continues a Slutsarski's power play.
51 seconds left to go here. Backhand pass from Troon. Patosha, the one-timer save from Kerr. Slid across and got the stop. Patosha ties it up. Left down low. Last 5-on-3 rush here. One-time drive, once again blocked. Babyak feeds it over. Gets it right back. Shot, save in the chest. And Kerr just doesn't want this one to end. Picking up as many stops as he can. Has seen 52 shots in this one. Last couple of seconds here. Helmet pops off the head of Phil Shader. So the officials have to blow the whistle. They'll make a substitution for PJ Donnelly.
A lot of stoppages in this last minute we've had here.
Feels like the end of a football game almost, doesn't it?
Constant stoppages.
This puck is cleared down, and Suggs will touch up. Bulldogs likely will hold on to it. Slow strides up, dumped all the way down. No icing, and that is gonna do it. Horn sounds, and the Bulldogs walk away with a 8-1 win in game number 1 of this weekend series with the University of Dubuque. 52 shots to 17, and a lot more goals for the Bulldogs. Jaden Shields with a 4-point night and a hat trick. 16 saves for Nolan Suggs. 60 minutes played. What did you see, Griffin?
I think the score speaks for itself. We had a very dominant performance from the Bulldogs and Suggs in net. I think the key here was power play and penalty kill. Adrian controlled both of those, and I think that's what really made the pace of play for the game. And it almost seemed as if Dubuque was defeated from the start after that first half of the first period. Not many complaints for the Bulldogs as they tallied an 8-1 win.
Bulldogs with the W. Improve their record to 15-4-1 on the season. 1-16-2 for Dubuque. There will be more Bulldog hockey this weekend. These two teams square off again for the second time tomorrow at 3 p.m. It will be senior night as we will take time to honor this year's 2023-2024 graduating class seniors. So be sure to tune in to that broadcast for all exclusive coverage right here on Adrian College TV. And with that, 8-1, once again, the victory for the Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Griffin Clark signing off for this evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.